So this is going to be a video about how you can break neurotic spirals using CBT. Now, neuroticism is a big five personality trait measure of negative emotion. If you don't know what neuroticism means, it basically means you experience more negative emotion per stimuli. So, for example, if something goes wrong and the same thing happens to you and another person, you might experience more negative emotion simply just because you're more of a neurotic person. You experience more negative emotions. Um, it's not a bad thing. It's just part of the personality traits. And I'm going to talk about a potential technique to help manage that, or an experience I had recently, which I think could help hopefully be applied to other people. Now, Jordan Peterson talks about how you can use conscientiousness, which is effectively how much you work and how hard you work, um, to help negate neuroticism, which I think can be helpful. In this case, I used CBT recently. Now, I would like to know, I also did some exercise before, so the day before and the day of. I did a run and I did some, I don't want to say resistance training, but kind of a form of that, without any weights. And again, I'm not advising anyone necessarily to do this. I'm talking mainly focusing on the CBT part, but I think sometimes the exercise can make me, or at least other people, more receptive to, I guess, the therapy, if you want to call it. So I used CBT and I was spiraling a bit because I had quite a bad week. People were very people were very rude and condescending. I had my landlord talk down to me, my partner. I've had it at work, and I've had it just throughout the week. It was a really bad week. So I was spiraling and I was just doing nothing but focusing on that. And then if you've ever had this, you'll know that you can very easily just focus on the same thing, or at least the same theme, over and over and over again, and just kind of not be able to snap out of it. Now, the CBT, it's not a cure-all, but it has helped slow down that cycle. So I'm going to try and do it for the next couple of days. But the way it works is it kind of snaps you out of that negative thinking. So the theory is that you have your thoughts, and then feelings slash emotions, and then your actions, and how they kind of cycle into each other. So, for example, you might think, oh, I'm a loser, and then you might start acting like it, and then you might start feeling the emotions associated with that and kind of get stuck into a cycle, to the point where you can't really see beyond that, and it kind of consumes you. Now, I did some CBT, and I was hyper focusing on these bad interactions with people and worrying about what I should say next, what would be the perfect thing. It was just very negative, and I think doing the CBT and also the exercise really helped snap me out of it. Again, definitely talk to a professional before you try and do anything, doctor, psychiatrist, whatever. I will put a free CBT resource below, which I'm not sponsored by. I just found them one day and I've been using them since. I think they're a great free resource. Um, and yeah, you can definitely try and use it yourself to break the cycle of neuroticism or spiraling or negative emotion.